2, 3.
Oh, I know somebody who's drank already.
Not me. What would he do if he'd walk in and y'all were already just?
He said he got non-alcoholic champagne because he asked me one time, and I said, and Bill said, alcohol's never pursed these lips. And I said, Bill who? Bill, you talking to?
I asked
But
both of
we gotta
them
wait for Burke to get back.
if, that they were okay with waiting until January.
So maybe better check on it.
Yeah, that was it.
Open container?
I think this.
Natural,
was just
Yeah.
When they
How you
originally,
doing, man?
when they originally.
We do have a
Touch it.
budget.
Yes, we do. Don't
I've not
touch it.
seen this.
They did, but that's a rule. I think they're saying, you know what I'm saying, as far as the grades go, I think that they just know that there's no,
Unless you get a belligerent drunk up,
yes.
up your DTA or something.
Like,
I did the same
Otis.
thing you did. I came a couple
Don't
of
forget to
meetings before.
silence your phasers.
Before my phone started.
Silence your phones, guys.
DTA,
Remember that.
showed
I got to say that for a while.
weird, so last meeting, I'm like, oh, I need to go.
Is he back?
Christmas party went up there.
Burke back?
We were there.
Oh,
It was about 11.
well, no, that's okay, that's all right.
Our party ended.
You're doing your due diligence.
We just drove.
The next,
Okay.
it's not important for him to.
Yeah,
be
that'd be
out.
it.
What I thought.
That'd
So
be a
I was
different
gonna call it.
But this one first counts.
All right,
So it'll be like.
we're gonna start the
I'll
meeting.
be the last one,
Okay.
unless I just want to ask somebody
Cambridge City Council now being session, would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
behind you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Brian Conaway back to City Council. Brian has been here before. It's good to have him back. Brian's been appointed by the Republican Central Committee to fill the unexpired term of Donna Hill. Donna clicked her heels 3 times and went back to Kansas. With that, I'll be appointing Brian to the Legislative Committee. Also, Mike Selesky will be appointed to the new Chair of the Legislation Committee. And at this time, a tradition for our last meeting in December, have the city band come and play for us. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. We appreciate everything you do to represent the city of Cambridge.
I want to thank you all for inviting us. As Bill says, it's become a tradition, and it's good to see all of you. You have a little glass, and our first song is called the Wassail Song, and it is a song that was, in the old days, was used to salute someone. And since this is Bill's last hurrah here, we wanted to, how about a toast to Bill Coble?
Thank you.
Here, here.
Good luck.
Here.
Also, are you done? You're not supposed to drink it all, Tom.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you'd have a little left over. I was gonna say, the band is going to be starting in May. 184 years of existence.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's been around. And we want to thank City Council and the mayor for all of your support in the past, and hope that we will have a good relationship in the future. So we're going to do Wassail. has a solo, sometimes the mayor does it. But I forgot the bells. We're gonna do jingle bells.
Every time you hear jingle bells.
Fine. Okay. One, two, three, go.
Yeah, fill it in when you want to sit at game. Bill and Tom show.
Last but not least, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we're gonna do, we wish you a Merry Christmas. I was told by your daughter that I was supposed to say hello to you. I like that. One, two, three, 1, 2.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much.
So the champagne.
Phenomenal, phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, the sham ripple.
One of my most favorite Christmas traditions.
See you guys.
Take care.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Getting them all south over there.
All right. Well, we appreciate those guys coming, believe me. So we'll move on with our business and we'll go to roll call.
Conaway.
Here.
Evancho.
Here.
Loffman.
Here.
McMillan.
Here.
Mauer.
Here.
Wolverton.
Here.
Zaleski.
Here.
Reading of the minutes. Mr. Wolverton,
I make a motion, we dispense reading the minutes, place on file.
Mr. Zaleski.
I'll second that.
All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion is granted. Mayor's report. Mayor Orr.
Man, it's hard to kind of
regroup here. Little this, little that, and a whole lot of whatever. Okay, here we are. Merry Christmas. It's coming quick. Got a couple things there. I'll probably have to wait a little bit, but we'll get them inserted into the flow. Number one on your list, request from the engineer to enter in design contract for 2027 Safe Routes to School project. We got one coming through the chute for the one side, and we're gonna try to get some more money for the other side, but there's a 2-year gap in the middle, which I'm sure someone will wonder, scratch your head on that. B, to advertise the bids to award the 2025 Continuous Steep Program. And then number two, requesting the fire department to increase EMS billing rates.
Okay, both of those will be referred to the finance committee. Or all three of them, I guess.
Thank you, Council President. Just take a moment to welcome Brian back, seat that I think he once was in and took a hiatus for a little while for different reasons and life changes. And Donna's off and running, and thanks for her time, but glad to have you back.
Thank you.
And some more changes coming, I do believe. And then I want to thank the city band. That group there, I'm telling you what, and we're proud to have that spot down there. It just, when they come up to the Veterans Days and the different activities and the marching and to have a community without that, we're just lucky, so lucky. It's just unbelievable. I just want to take a minute to thank all the volunteers in the city of Cambridge in every capacity. I mean, when you talk Feed My People, all the churches, and just so many things, Dickens, Light Show, the headquarters down there, schools, PT, I mean, just everything. We just can't do it without them. And I think I was talking to Kim this weekend at the Armory. They had Secret Santa come in there, and there was a group of kids that came in and helped in the final hours, and that was huge. Showing young people the way, you know, sometimes. I know Veterans Day, they had all the Cambridge City school buses out there. It was just really, you can't do them all, but you got people out there trying, and I just want to say thank you for that. Tonight, I think you're going to have the budget come through here some phase, and I just want to take a moment to thank the Budget Committee for helping our team and be able to be in that position of any kind of discussion is a miracle at this point. But thanks for all the hard work. I just want everybody in Cambridge to truthfully have a safe holiday. I mean, there's some kooky things that goes on in this world, and I want to thank all the different people that's working hard, fire, police, sheriff, council, parents, grandparents, keeping a lid on things. Take time out, spend some time with some young ones. And then, last but not least, by any means, try a church. I mean, for the holidays. Just take your family out to some special ceremony, a singing thing. It doesn't have to be, you know, any specific thing. Just stretch out and try something different. And then maybe link on to someone, might be surprised. And then, I don't want to steal Kim's thunder there with the park, but they're doing some nice things out there. The skating rink's back out there and things like that. So we just want to do, you know, this will be the last meeting of the year for this. So I kind of had to throw some things in there. I was telling Sharon today, I'd done this a couple of years, but it felt like I was behind all day. But a lot going on. So that's all I have, Council President. If anybody has any questions.
Any questions of the mayor? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Move on to communications.
Yes, the only communication I have is a letter to the city council from our president. It is with a heavy heart that I tender my resignation as president of Cambridge City Council effective at the end of the day, December 31st, 2024. I will always treasure my days serving on city council and the friendships I have made during this experience. I wish the council the very best in the future and know that council will continue to be successful as we all move forward. Sincerely, William S. Kogel. And as I shared last meeting, the process will be the same to fill his seat as it was with Councilwoman Hill. The Republican Central Committee will make that appointment. So legally, they can't do that until 5 days after his last day. So it'll be around January 6th.
Okay. That was a great letter, by the way.
Somebody want to make the motion to accept it and place it on file? Or do we want to just not accept it? Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'll make it.
Mike and Mr. Overton.
I'll
Regretfully.
Right,
How's that?
right?
And I appreciate that. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Thanks, friends.
Here's your hat, what's your? Oh,
Mr. Mayor? By
You
the way,
know,
just, I want to say
I-
this,
I-
this is my last meeting, and you're out of order.
We've been pretty kind to each other up until now. I'm gonna throw a shoe at you. No, you know, in the years I've done this, we've had a long track record of trying to help, sometimes competitively, and stayed the course. And to watch you and your wife sitting here tonight, man up and help out, I really do appreciate that.
Thank you.
And I think it's set this tone. You look at all the good people we got right here.
And
I mean,
it's been a great, it's been a great
It's
group.
not that way in every town.
Yeah.
And wish you good luck in what you're getting into, and there's plenty of things to work on there. And, but you know, you got some friends there that were with us before, and there's something to be said about that. And the adventures will begin, and the Republicans will have to work on some things here and see what goes on there. But it's
Yeah.
gonna seem strange regardless who sits in that seat.
Yeah.
To look up and not see you, have Sharon smack you around a little
Yeah,
bit.
she ought to be all ready
Yeah,
tonight, so,
She's one piece of me right now, but I'm not.
thank you. Appreciate it, Mayor. And he's absolutely right. There's been, all the council members that have come and gone have been great to work with, so you're kind of getting me ahead of my schedule here. Let's see, that's all communications, so reports of committees.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 1st. We recommend that council authorize the city auditor to make advance draws for 2025.
Any questions of the committee on that report? Next, please.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 1st. We recommend that the following transfers and appropriations be approved. Transfer $15,000 from park maintenance to salaries. Transfer $2,100 from park maintenance to park PERS. Appropriate $24,499 to action grant income. Appropriate $70,000 from the unappropriated general fund to general fund miscellaneous transfers. Transfer $70 from council advertising to salaries. Transfer $12,755.42 from street workers' comp to salaries. Transfer $20,000 from street equipment to salaries. Appropriate $20,000 from the unappropriated street fund to PERS. Appropriate $2,660 to fire insurance. Transfer $1,000 from law director travel and school to miscellaneous.
Any questions of the committee on that report? Next, please.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 1st. We recommend that city auditor be authorized to make transfers and appropriations as needed through December the 31st, 2024. Said transfers and/or appropriations shall not exceed $50,000 per item.
Any questions of the committee on that report? Next, please.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 1st. We recommend that the law director be authorized to enter into litigation on behalf of the city of Cambridge for the collection of hotel tax.
Any questions in the committee on that report? Next, please.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 1st. We recommend that the administration be authorized to enter into contract for inspection services for Safe Routes to School project.
Any questions of the committee on that report? Next, please.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 1st. We recommend that council authorize the administration to enter into collective bargaining agreement with the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge Number 10.
Any questions of the committee on that report? Next, please.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 1st. We recommend that council adopt the 2025 Annual Grant Fund Appropriation Ordinance.
Any questions of the committee on that report? Next, please.
Report of Finance Committee, December the 1st. We recommend that council adopt the 2025 annual budget.
And any questions of the committee on that report? Okay, we'll move on. Unfinished business? Anybody? Not, we'll go to the audience portion. If you wish to speak, please come to the microphone, give your name and address. You will be limited to 5 minutes, but does anybody wish to speak before council tonight?
James L. Gibson, 1518 Stewart Avenue, Cambridge. I'm here tonight to speak in opposition to the proposed resolution of allowing recreational marijuana to be sold in the city of Cambridge. Frankly, I'm a little baffled that we would even be considering something like that, given the issues that we've had in this community with drugs. I can't, for the life of me, understand why we would want to encourage something that we're trying to put a stop to. This community has had issues with drugs for a long time. When Colgate first came here, I had a good friend who was worked in the personnel department at Colgate. They had so much trouble finding people in this community to hire that could pass a drug test that they had to go outside of this area to fill their positions. Several years ago, when the oil companies got ramped back up, they had the same issue. The proponents of the recreational marijuana or the use of marijuana say there's no harm in it. I'm here to tell you that there is. I grew up in the 60s. I was in the Navy from 67 to 71, and there were people that I worked with that participated in the use of marijuana. I shared a duplex with the guy that I worked with. We had a New Year's Eve party. And I looked across the room, I heard some commotion. There was a guy standing on the back of the couch in front of the picture window deciding that he could fly because he was so jacked up on marijuana, he had no idea where he was or what he was doing. There were others that were participating that way as well. They say it's not a gateway drug, but it is a gateway drug. It gets to a point where you can't get high enough with the marijuana, and you've got to move on to something else. Back then, it was PCP. Or LSD, I'm sorry, LSD. I had guys that I worked with that were court-martialed for being picked up under the influence, driving under the influence of marijuana. They were busted in rank. Another guy that was using LSD was actually discharged. They say there's no harm to it, but there is harm to it. And we as a community need to stand up and get back to the morals and values that this country was founded on and say enough is enough. I think the recent election, at least the way it spoke to me, was there were a couple things that came out of that. First of all, the people of this country are fed up with government spending money they don't have. And the other thing is they're tired of things being done without consideration of morals and values. We need to return this country to the morals and values it was founded on. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Anybody else? Hank?
My name is Hank Sheffer. I live at 2442 Sycamore Avenue in East Cambridge. My wife and I moved back to Cambridge. Well, she was born and raised here. I'm a country bumpkin from the state of New York. But I lived in Cleveland for 10 years, and I became addicted to alcohol. So I know alcohol is not considered a drug, but I don't think there's any difference. And it's only the grace of God that I'm not in jail or dead somewhere. But I've seen what marijuana can do, and the law was passed that it's recreational marijuana is legal. It can be purchased right outside of the city. I can't see why we need one within the city. Since we moved back here in 1973, we used to have a lot of good family restaurants in town where you could go and enjoy your dinner without the presence of alcohol. But one by one, more restaurants are selling beer. Beer is what I got started on. And before long, the beer wasn't good enough, wasn't strong enough. And I just kept going until I was an obnoxious drunk. And I can see that happening with marijuana as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Hank. Anybody else? Okay. Then we'll move on to new business. Does anybody have anything under new business? Okay, we'll go to ordinances and resolutions.
A resolution authorizing the city auditor to make advance draws for 2025.
Mr. Vancho,
Motion to suspend.
Ms. McMillan,
Second to suspend?
roll call on the suspension, please.
Mauer.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Conaway.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Loffman.
Yes.
Mr. Loffman,
Motion to pass.
Mr. Mauer.
Second the motion?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Loffman.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conaway.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
And that ordinance is declared adopted. Next, please.
An ordinance regulating adult use cannabis dispensaries in the city of Cambridge, Ohio, third reading.
Mr. Loffman,
Motion to pass.
Mr. Mauer,
Second the motion?
any discussion? Mr. Zaleski?
I just want to say that in my time as a council person, I have appreciated working with each and every one. I have seen a hardworking group of people, and when we have worked on this, putting this together, I appreciate the hard work and effort that was put into this ordinance. However, my position has been, I've been opposed to this from the beginning. I've stated my case many times. So my vote will be a no vote, but I do want to make a mention that I appreciate working with all of you on this and putting it together, because I know a lot of time and effort was put into it. However, I just cannot support it.
Anybody else? Mr. Loffman?
Yeah, I have a statement here I'd like to read regarding. I would like to address the people that came before council tonight. I would like to address the people who wrote letters. And I would like to address the people who made phone calls in order to state their opinions on this legislation. I want you all to know that I do respect your opinion. I respect your right to address council. And I admire the fact that you are willing participants in your local government. Public input certainly makes our job easier, as it guides us in knowing that we are making the best decisions in accordance with the will of our voters. The recreational marijuana is a little bit more unique than most issues that we vote on, because most issues we deal with are not put on the ballot and voted on by our constituents. Most of the time, we rely on your phone calls, your letters, your attendance here at council meetings, etc. However, the recreational marijuana issue was put on the ballot by the state of Ohio, and it gave us the exact input that we need to make this such a difficult decision. Cambridge City voters voted overwhelmingly in favor of this measure. In fact, the state of Ohio passed this legislation by 57% to 43%. But the voters of Cambridge passed it by an even larger margin of 60.11% to 39.88%. Just to give you an idea of how overwhelmingly our voters passed this legislation, there are 4 wards within our city, and there are 2 precincts in each ward. Every single precinct in every single ward passed this legislation. There was not a single precinct that voted against it. The official vote count was 1,343 to pass and 891 to reject. Imagine having an election go your way by 60+% of the vote, only to have elected representatives alter the will of the voters simply because the minority was more vocal than the majority. Although we do possess the power to suppress the will of the voters on this issue, I cannot think of a single instance where it would be a good idea. Elections have consequences. So I think our duty as elected representatives of the people of this city is quite clear to me. Now, with all of that being said, let me make some points here of clarification. This vote is in no way an endorsement of recreational marijuana. And to take that even a step further, I think most of us here on council, if not every single one of us, have voted opposing opinions toward this issue. But this is not about personal opinions. This is simply us respecting the will of the voters. The same voters that elected us to sit here and represent them on issues just like this. Lastly, I would like to talk about the actual legislation that we will be voting on tonight. This legislation in no way makes it legal to possess marijuana. That is already law. This legislation in no way makes it legal to purchase marijuana. That is already law. What this legislation does do is put up some safeguards to help us protect the integrity of our city while at the same time honoring the will of our voters. What this legislation does do is it goes further than the state of Ohio's legislation in terms of where a facility can open. Our legislation prohibits any recreational marijuana facility from opening within stated distances from recovering facilities, from historical districts, and from our residential areas within our city. Therefore, I will be in favor of this legislation tonight in order to protect sensitive areas within our city and at the same time representing the will of our voters.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. So where are we? Roll call.
Zaleski.
Go ahead.
Did you want to say
No.
something? Zaleski,
No.
Evancho,
No.
Laufman,
Yes.
McMillan,
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conaway,
No.
Mauer,
Yes.
And that ordinance is declared adopted. So, we'll move on to miscellaneous.
no, we have.
Oh, we have more.
Oh, yeah, more. No, I want to move on to miscellaneous. I want to get this over with.
Oh, thanks. You wanna leave, huh? Okay.
I just want to get it over with.
An ordinance of transfers and appropriations.
Mr. Wolverton,
Make motion to suspend.
Mr. Mauer,
Second the motion?
roll call, please.
Zaleski,
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conaway.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
Mr. Laufman,
Motion to pass.
Mr. Conaway.
Second to pass.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Evancho.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conaway.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
And that ordinance is declared adopted. Next, please.
An ordinance authorizing the auditor to make transfers and appropriations as needed through December 31st, 2024.
Mr. Laufman,
Motion to suspend.
yeah, Mr. Evancho,
I'll second the motion to suspend.
roll call on the suspension, please.
Mauer.
Yes.
Conaway.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Mr. McMillan
Motion to pass?
and Mr. Conaway.
Second to pass.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Conaway.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
That ordinance is declared adopted. Next, please.
An ordinance authorizing the law director to enter into litigation on behalf of the city of Cambridge for the collection of hotel tax.
Mr. Mauer,
Motion to suspend?
Mr. Evancho.
I'll second the motion to suspend.
By the way, I had noticed I haven't forgotten anybody's name yet. Let's see, roll call, please.
Mauer.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Conaway.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Mr. Zaleski
Motion to pass.
and Mr. Mauer.
Second the motion?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Zaleski.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conaway.
Yes.
And that ordinance is declared adopted. Next, please.
An ordinance authorizing the administration to enter into contract for inspection services for Safe Routes to School project.
Mr. Conaway,
Motion to suspend?
Mr. Loffman,
Second the motion.
roll call on the suspension, please.
Conaway.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Mr. Wolverton,
Motion to pass.
Mr. Zaleski.
Second to pass.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Zaleski.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
Laufman.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conaway.
Yes.
That ordinance is declared adopted. Next, please.
An ordinance authorizing the administration to enter into collective bargaining agreement with the Fraternal Order of the Police, Lodge Number 10.
Mr. Loffman,
Motion to suspend.
Mr. Conway,
Second to suspend.
roll call on the suspension, please.
Mauer.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Conway.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Wolfman.
Yes.
Ms. McMillan,
Motion to pass.
with enthusiasm.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Wolverton,
I'll second to pass.
any discussion? Roll call, please.
Loffman.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conway.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
That ordinance is declared adopted. Oh, excuse me. Sorry for the TV fans. Next, please.
Annual grant fund appropriation ordinance.
Mr. Mauer,
Motion to suspend.
Mr. Evancho,
I'll second the motion.
roll call on the suspension, please.
Evancho.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Conway.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
Loffman.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Mr. Wolverton,
Motion to pass.
Mr. Zaleski.
Second to pass.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Loffman.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conway.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
That ordinance is declared adopted. Next, please.
Annual appropriation ordinance.
Mr. Evancho,
Motion to suspend.
Mr. Wolverton,
Second to suspend.
roll call on the suspension, please.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Evancho.
Yes.
Loffman.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conway.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
Mr. Conway,
Motion to pass.
Mr. Loffman,
Second to pass.
discussion. Before, this is my last ordinance to sign, but I want to commend the committee that put the budget together, because I know you guys spent a lot of time. We're represented here in council by our clerk Sharon and Tim Evancho, and I know a lot of hard work goes into this, and I appreciate the entire committee's work in getting the thing done, and it's a great budget, and we're looking good right now. We kind of hope to keep that going in the next few years, and you can't blame me, so I'll be gone. So anybody else? Okay. Roll call on the to pass.
Evancho.
Yes.
McMillan.
Yes.
Loffman.
Yes.
Wolverton.
Yes.
Conway.
Yes.
Zaleski.
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
And that ordinance is declared adopted. So,
Now you can do this.
okay. Should try to write so you can actually read it. Now miscellaneous. Mr. Bancho.
Yes, sir. I do want to just make a quick comment too on the annual budget. I appreciate the president's comments on that, and also wanted to thank all of council for approving that as well. There has been a lot of hard work done on it, not just by the budget committee, but also by the leadership of the city. And to be in this position right now, we're very fortunate. And there'll be more to come on that. We still have a salary ordinance that will be coming in the beginning of the year, so we still have work to do. But it's due to a lot of that work by the leadership of the city and just everybody, at council holding us accountable that we're able to do that. So I just wanted to thank everybody for that. But I also, secondly, need to say that we will next have our Finance Committee meeting on January 6th, 2025 at 4:30.
There's no other committees, right?
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Hoffman?
Well, as President Pro Tem, I would like to hijack your meeting for a moment, if I could, and
Floor is yours.
have the clerk read a resolution from council.
Resolution recognizing Bill Kogel for his years of service to the city of Cambridge. Whereas Bill Kogel began his service to the city of Cambridge by being appointed in 1997 by the Republican Central Committee to fill a vacancy in the First Ward Council seat. He was then elected to serve as First Ward Council member the following election and served in that capacity until 2006 when he was elected as council member at large. And whereas Bill was elected as the city council president in 2012, the seat he currently holds. He has served on all three committees of council, as well as the Architectural Review and Design Commission, the CIC, and the Cambridge City Schools Liaison. And whereas Bill was elected by the residents of Guernsey County to serve as commissioner beginning January 1, 2025. And whereas Bill has been a very active member of the Cambridge community, he is a member of the Lions Club, New Point Community Church, the Republican Central Committee, the Cambridge City Schools Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame Committee, and was a member of the inaugural class of the Cambridge Citizens Police Academy. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Cambridge, County of Guernsey, and State of Ohio, Cambridge City Council wishes to recognize, congratulate, and extend our thanks to Bill Kogel for his years of dedicated and faithful service to the residents of Cambridge, and we extend our best wishes as he serves the residents of Guernsey County as Commissioner.
Now she is.
Good job.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do your thing?
Thank you for the resolution and all the efforts you guys have put.
Bill, before you make us all cry, I wasn't done hijacking your meeting.
Okay, I'm sorry. You tell me when I can speak.
Well, we all thought we would before you do the real tearjerker, but I just wanted to let you know, it has been an honor serving on council with you. I've known you long before I got on council or knew who you were. You didn't know me, but you've done a lot of good things for the city, and I'm very appreciative for what you have done, been a leader in this city, in our community. I'm very proud that you're going to take that a step further and represent us all in your county role. I would say you and I haven't always agreed, but I think that goes without mention. But I've always respected your opinion. In the very end, we've always come together and done what's best, or at least what we felt was best for the city. And I want to wish you luck. You're not too far that I can't come. And I am a resident of the county, so.
I expect you to.
But best of luck, and we work forward as a city with working with you at the county level.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
I agree.
Brian, did you want to?
Let's get down the line. Go ahead. I mean, sincerely, thank you for, I didn't prepare remarks for Bill, but it has been a privilege serving you in the prior capacity, and it was the best meeting I've had this year.
Don't expect them all to be like this, okay?
Well, I just want to say, Billy, my brother from another mother, we go back a few years,
A few.
but I'm very proud of you and everything you have accomplished. And I am thankful that you have been on this council as long as I have, kind of guide me and shown me the ropes, and I certainly appreciate that. And I wish you nothing but the best in the county. I got your number.
Yes, you do. In more
God
ways
bless,
than one.
God bless you, brother.
Thank you.
It hit me today when I was preparing the resolution. I don't think, since I've been here, I think you're the first that started out as an appointment to a ward seat. Then you were elected to that ward seat. Then you decided to go at large, and you won at large. And then you decided to go as president, and you won as president. And you have served all three committees, plus all of the other things that go along with being the president of council. So you have truly represented this city well. And, you know, we've all teased you about it, but we mean it. We're going to be watching what goes on down the street. Well, I know that you'll work well with Jack and Dave, and the city has been very blessed to have a good partnership with our county commissioners. And so I just expect to see that going forward. I don't expect that to change. So we will miss you, but we wish you the best of luck, and always remember where you came from.
Always. Thank
Mr.
you.
Vancho?
All right. Bill, I can't say enough about working with you. You've been so dedicated. It's been awesome to work with you. And, you know, just like a lot of us here, I mean, just that your heart comes from, I mean, we go back to Washington School. I mean, we go back to elementary school, so we go back a long ways. And you're so dedicated to the job, and it's just been, you know, it's been a blessing to work with you. And I know you've always had the community in mind. I mean, you've raised your family here. Now your grandkids are roaming around, and you're trying to make it better for everybody. And now you're taking that even bigger step for the county. So wish you well, but really appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to just start off by saying that Bill's been an inspiration to me and helped guiding me in certain capacities and questions I have, and giving me answers and then not giving me answers, but and making me kind of make decisions, you know, on my own, and looking at things in a broader prospect, and just the ability to be on council for that long and to serve your community and your city, and then now your county. And I tell you, you know, they got a good person. They got a really good leader, and leadership is what a lot of these positions are about, is how you were raised, how you're brought up to be a leader. And I think that you were raised pretty well. You're a great leader. So, Bill, if there's anything ever that you should need help from me, or if I may be calling you with help from you, we'll be in touch. So, and you just live up the road, so
That's right.
it's not too far. So, congratulations on your new appointment,
Thank you.
and we will be appreciative of everything you do in the county, and I really appreciate everything you've done for the city.
Thanks, John.
Everybody has a history with Bill. They went to school with him, but none of you can say I've been his pool guy.
That's right. The pool boy.
And Bill, when I first met you and started taking care of your pool, you were one of my first customers. And when I got appointed to this position, or at least when it was in talking, I was at your house cleaning your pool, and you came out and you didn't say anything. And I think a good while went by, a couple of visits or whatever, and you didn't say anything. I thought, oh man, he don't want me on this position. He's not going to support me. I was pretty nervous at first. I thought, God, my first pool customer, and he won't support me as council person. But it's been a good ride. It's been short, too short for me. And this thing of people leaving has got to stop. It's got to stop. But I appreciate the wisdom that you've in our talks that we've had, and the leadership and guidance you've given me, and some of the decisions you've helped me make. Some of our conversations, over a sparkling, clean pool. You will be missed more than you know. You'll be missed. It's a big set of shoes to fill. And I know that you'll do good with the county. And what I'm hoping, Bill, is that everybody has pretty much said, remember where you came from and so forth. But I'm looking forward to that connectivity between the city, the county. We really need that, and I'm really hoping and praying that you'll be the connector, so that we can work and make this a better community, better county for all of us. So just wish you well, brother.
All I know is I started in January and we've lost 2 of us. So if I smell bad, someone let me know. I mean, Mike hasn't said anything. So, but no, on a serious note, like with Donna, it's, our time together has been short-lived, but it's been really good, really positive. I can tell, like John said, you're a leader. So I'm confident in your new position and your ability to lead there. I think the county's in really good hands. Going to miss you, but you're on to bigger and better things. So good luck with that, and wish you well.
Thanks, Steve.
Mr. President, you can have your meeting back.
Yeah, I just want to say, 24 of the last 28 years have been doing this, and 95% has been easy and enjoyable. There's 5% that's been a little tough, but we got through it. I only lost my mind one time. I can say that honestly. And, if the members of council know what I'm talking about. And Tommy and I ate up after that moment. But yeah, it's there's times we disagreed, but we've always come back together and worked together well. This community has made my family. We moved here. I was almost 2 when we moved here from Barnesville, and my dad was working as a salesman for Robertson Heating Supply. And he wanted to get off the road because he had 6 kids. They were already planning 5, but I'm glad they had 6 because I'm number 6. And when we moved to Cambridge, shortly after that, he worked for Bill Driggs, and it was his plumbing, heating, and electrical foreman. And then Bill decided he was going to retire, and in 1964, Dad started the Cobble Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, and this community was great to us. At one point, we fed 38 families and had 25 trucks on the road. So, you know, and Dad didn't want me to do this. He did not want me to do this. So when you're in business, you shouldn't be on city council. So, but I told him, I said, look how much this community's given us. And he said, you're right. So that's why I started to serve. It wasn't just the city of Cambridge that did so much for our family, but the whole county. So the opportunity came up when Skip decided not to run again. And I thought, you know, it's a good time for me to do this. I got lucky to get elected. Amy Kissinger ran a great campaign. We made sure that we ran a clean campaign. We talked about it at the fair. We didn't attack each other. And we just worked hard on what we believed. And so I appreciate that. Matter of fact, we actually prayed together before we left. So I want to thank everybody for the kind words. You said them just like I wrote them for you. And the remark about big shoes to fill, Mike, was just because I wear 14s. Yeah, I appreciate y'all and appreciate this community more than I can ever say. So thank you. That's it. Mr. Mauer,
Make a motion, we adjourn.
and we are adjourned.
And don't leave because we have cake.
Oh, yeah. If you know this comedian,
Leave my water.
Jim Gaffigan, he always talks